He never thought you'd actually leave. Why would he? The first time he disrespected you, you stayed. The second time, you explained it away. The third time, you convinced yourself he didn't mean it. What he learned wasn't how to love you better. He learned there were no consequences. Every time you accepted what should have been confronted, you weren't teaching him how to love you. You were teaching him what access to you required. By the time a pattern repeats over and over, it's no longer confusion. It's a choice. That's when the disrespect stopped being occasional. It became normal. Not because he suddenly changed, but because he became comfortable showing you who he had always been. You kept calling it love. But was it really love? Or were you falling in love with his potential while ignoring his patterns? Love doesn't ask you to abandon yourself. Love without self-respect eventually becomes permission. Permission for someone to believe you'll always make another excuse. Permission for the relationship to become one-sided because they no longer believe you'll leave. The real change wasn't happening inside him. It was happening inside you. Every broken promise, every dismissed feeling, every moment you accepted less, quietly removed another piece of your emotional attachment, long before you packed your bags. Your heart had already begun leaving. People think walking away happens in one moment. It doesn't. It happens one disappointment at a time, one broken promise at a time, one lonely night lying beside someone who stopped making you feel seen. By the time someone finally leaves, they've usually been grieving the relationship long before they walk out the door. Then one day, you looked at your life and realized you were surviving a relationship that was supposed to bring peace. You realized you weren't in a partnership. You were carrying someone who had become comfortable, letting you do all the emotional work. You kept pouring into someone who had stopped pouring back into you. Because people rarely stop benefiting from what you continue to allow, then everything changed. Not because he suddenly loved you more, because you finally made a decision. You chose yourself. The irony is, the moment he finally started paying attention was the moment you no longer needed it. Repeated disrespect isn't an accident. Once it becomes a pattern, it's a decision. He counted on your hope being stronger than your standards. He counted on you staying. He was wrong. The greatest power you'll ever have isn't convincing someone to treat you better. It's having the courage to leave what no longer honors who you are. The moment you chose yourself, you stopped waiting to be chosen. He thought he knew the woman who would stay. He never met the woman who finally chose herself. Walking away wasn't the end of your story. It was the beginning of your freedom. Self-love looks good on you.